Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about 10 the greatest pianists in the world. Let's get started. Number 10. Arthur Scannable. An Austrian pianist who specialized in core German composers and made the first complete recording of the Beethoven sonatas. A commitment to plumbing the intellectual and spiritual depths of a work, while eschewing display of the technical bravura. Number 9. Wilhelm Kempff. A German pianist who focused on the greats of German music and played concert well into his 80s. Rhythmic inventiveness and a talent for bringing out the lyricism, charm and spontaneity in music, particularly in intimate piece or passages. Number 8. Alfred Brendel. An Austrian pianist and teacher now based in London who has recorded 4 complete sets of the Beethoven sonatas. Rigorous adherence to the score without ever sounding dry or academic, and a knack for finding unexpected moments of humor, particularly in classic repertoire. Number 7. Glenn Gould. A highly eccentric Canadian pianist who, after a stellar concert career, shunned the stage at the age of 31 to focus on recordings and experimental projects. A prodigious ability to sculpt the multiple lines of polyphonic music, such as a Bach with unsurpassed clarity and a seeming incapacity for technical error. Number 6. Alfred Cortot. A French pianist and professor at the Conservatoire de Paris, he was called a poet of the piano for his mastery of the lyrical works of Chopin, Schumann, and Debussy, producing landmark recordings and meticulous edition of their music. A highly personal subjective style that favors intuition and feeling over precise technique, resulting in performance of loss, transcendent musicality. Number 5. Emil Gilels. An Odessa-born pianist who moved to Moscow in 1935, becoming, along with Richter, the leading Soviet pianist of his day. He and violinist David Oistrakh were among the first Soviet musicians allowed to concertists in the West. His golden sound and ability to execute the most taxing passages without compromising his burnished tone or depth of feeling. Number 4. Arthur Rubinstein. A Polish pianist who left Europe after WWI, settling in the US. His interpretation of the music of Chopin, to which he brought a glowing tune and endless variety of phrasing. Number 3. Sviatoslav Richter. A Russian pianist of German descent who became the USSR's preeminent musician. Rock-solid technique combined with an astonishing variety of sound. Number 2. Vladimir Horowitz. a Russian-born pianist who left for the West at age 21, where he was described as a tornado unless from the steepest, most famous for his performance of romantic piano repertoire and surprisingly his quality. He returned to Russia for a triumphant farewell recital in 1986. Sparkling virtuosity and extraordinary use of tone color combined with a talent for thrilling his audience, creating a furor at his live recitals. Number 1. Sergei Rachmaninoff, a pianist and composer born in Russia who graduated from the Moscow Conservatorium in the same class as composer Alexander Scriabin. Among his compositions is the Piano Concerto No. 2, often thought the most popular piece of classical music of all time. He left Russia in 1917, embarking on a career as a touring pianist in order to support himself and his family. He became a US citizen shortly before his death. An almost superhumanly clean finger technique which allowed him to maintain clarity even the notice passages. This was partly due to his famously large hand, able to span 12-inch or 13-inch C1 to A2 on the piano. He also had a beautifully singing tone likened to that of the violinist Fritz Kreisler, permitting him to wring infinite sweetness from a melody. Well, that's all for today, and I'll see you next time.